So this is the first video I've made today that's a more exciting tool in terms of AI use that I think the majority of people aren't using, and it's super powerful. And it takes the sort of normal LLM things you do day to day to another level. And it'll also encourage you to really invest some time into making it the best it can be. Okay, so this is how to make an AI assistant, and gems is the term to do it in Google. You can make agents in Copilot that are the same thing, but I'm going to talk you through and demo making one of these. So a gem is an assistant that you train once. So normally when you sit down, you can obviously try and find an old chat that you've done from ages ago where you spent time uploading the examples, telling it what to do, all of that sort of stuff. But the problem is with chats, they have a limited lifespan. They might get deleted, even if you save them or rename them and organize them, they will disappear over time. And the other thing that people don't realize is the longer and longer a chat gets, in some ways, the less quality it gets. I won't get into it's called a context window, but the AI will almost start forgetting things after when it gets too long, which is a problem. I mean, it's got to be really long nowadays, but this is a much better way of doing a repetitive task at high quality level. So if I told you, for example, I've got one that helps me make all these training presentations. So I've said what my style is, I've said what my tone is, I've included loads of example training presentations I did in the past. And like I say, it gets me to 80% of done within 2 minutes. But I've spent a long time making that agent really good at making training presentations based on what you say really good, as good as I was uh, making training presentations in the style I like. So yes, that's an agent. I'm going to teach you how to make one. They're really easy to make, and they're well worth the time for something that is repetitive. I wouldn't say it's worth doing if it's something you're just doing once. You might as well have a chat about it. For anything you feel like you're going to do it again and again, making an agent is much better than doing it in chat. So, like I mentioned before, there is some research coming out, and this was just lesson planning, for example, that can save you 25 minutes a week. This is the type of thing where making a lesson planning agent or gem would be a really good idea. You explain all of the details around what you want once, not every time. Then the next time you go to use it, it knows exactly what it's doing, and you just ask it for a new lesson plan or something like that. And like I say, with examples, it can learn from your voice basically and try and replicate your style in your voice. So loads of ideas on things that you might do. And again, I'm not in these roles, so this is just general ideas, and they could be wrong. But if you think of the repetitive jobs you do, they're the ones where agents could be really useful. If you regularly write difficult emails to parents, um, set up a gem that tackles these difficult conversations and knows the facts about you and then you could just almost just paste an email in there and it'll give you a response in the way that you want it. Teachers obviously do things like marking, write reports, generating assessments repetitively. Setting those up could be really good. Um, Receptionists, replying, writing letters is a great one. Trip letters, you could set up a trip letter agent. It copies your exact style, and all you need to do is give it the information about the trip, and it will sort it all out with the proper headers and everything. So these are ideas, and all you need is three things. You need to give it instructions, some knowledge, which is the important bit, and a name so you can organize, because I would have thought if you're like me, you'll end up with quite a lot of these agents or gems. So let's build one in Google. So in Google, if I come over here, okay, in Google, they're a little bit hidden, which I think is part of the reason a lot of people haven't used them loads. But if you click on the settings at the bottom, you can see gems. Okay, so there's some pre-made ones, and I'm going to make a new gem. So I'm going to click there, and we need to give it a name. So I'm just going to go over, because I prepped some of this anyway. Well, the name is just report writer. And then I wrote some instructions here. This is the important bit. Description, I'll just put helps write reports. Okay. Knowledge. So this is important. So I'm going to upload. Sorry, I'm all over the place with my resources. Gems. Okay, so I've uploaded some past reports, anonymized. I've given it some instructions, which basically just says, you're going to write reports for me. I'm going to give you some facts about a pupil. The one of the key things I wrote in here somewhere is something about don't make things up. Basically, don't do anything that isn't a fact I've given you, because this is one of the things I've found with people that write reports. I'll save the gem. When they write reports, in the past, and I've seen people go wrong with this, it's what they do is they just don't give enough information. They say, all right, I want a 200-word report for Billy, who isn't very good at maths. So then what happens is the AI will go, right, what sort of information is usually in a report? It says what topics they're good and bad at. You've not told them. So the AI will go, oh, Billy's not very good at maths. He struggles with fractions. It's just made up. But it's made up because there was no information for it to base truth off. So that's where you've got to be careful. But that's why we read afterwards. So if I somewhere I used it in a previous example. Let's just imagine I want to write a report. I come to my gem. So now I've got a gem. You see gems appears at the side on Google Gemini. Click on report writer. I've not given it any instructions about what it's doing. I've just said this is a student. I've not given it a name. I've just given some bullet points called Sally. And then it knows from my past reports the style. It will know whether I write in first person, third person, etc., etc. It's got the instructions. This is obviously just a demo one, but this is the type of thing that is so powerful. Making gems and agents for things that you do a lot is really good. And there we go. It's got a report that's of the style. You might look at that and go, that's not my style of report. That's fine. But if you'd inputted your style of report, it would have outputted in the style of report you've given it. So it's capable of writing reports of any type, but you've just got to build the gem. And you can share these as well. So you can share your gems across your teams and things like that, which again, really useful, but I'll talk about that in more detail in later videos. So gems are things that you set up for repetitive tasks, but I don't want to downplay how useful they can be. And it means that you can pump more examples in, things like that, and it will just get better and better and better. And if you ever find it's doing something that you don't like, you can just talk to it and it can edit its own instructions and improve itself. So any future times you use it, it just gets better and better. And you will get to the point where, like for me, I've probably got about 10 agents that I use. Like I've got one that does research for me once a week, that goes off and tries to help me keep on top of the AI in education stuff, which is uh, always moving. But I am only on top as much as I am because of AI helping me. There's no way I would be where I am without AI helping. So, so that's a gem. You can make them for anything, but it's about giving it the instructions and the examples. Um, and then every time you come to use it, this is why it beats a plain chatbot, because it already knows the job you want it to do because you've pre-programmed it. It knows your structure and your voice. It uses only the facts you give if you've asked it to do that in the instructions. And you just don't need to start over every time. You literally just go to this agent or this gem is for this purpose. Ask it what you want to make, done. You know, you could set one up to make your school newsletter, and it'll take you a long while to get it to work exactly as you want. But once it's working, it'll work forever. You know, they're really good. Generic chatbots you have to re-explain every time. Um, it can be giving you gushing generic tones, invents details to fill gaps. If you don't give it enough detail, you rewrite most of it. I will highlight this invents detail to fill gaps can exist on gems as well, unless you're very clear in the instructions for it to not do that, which is one of my tips I would give you for a gem or like I say, or an agent. Um, Again, before you go, just reminding you of the rules, which I do a lot. Just be careful of data you put into these AI platforms. Obviously, if you're using your school Gemini, it's less risky, but I just reminding you on all these videos, just be careful of what data you put in. You are the author, so make sure you're happy with the output, especially for things like reports in the example I did today, because they'll go home to parents. So if you said that Jimmy wasn't very good at fractions, uh, that's important that you own that. So you should only ever use AI to help you if you're going to own the output. And the AI drafts you decide is our golden rule. Now, please go away and start playing around with gems on Google. Um, or I'm going to make another video for the similar thing in Copilot, but honestly, it's a real game changer. This when you set them up properly for, you can set them up for really complicated hard tasks as well. Where obviously the instructions will be much longer. There might be more supporting example documents and things, but it's worth the time for anything you're doing more than once because it will sit there and help you every time you ever need to do something going forward. Thanks.